Hey everybody, it's Kim Shivler. Welcome. Today is June 8th, 2017, and WordPress 4.8 has gone live. That's the latest version of WordPress, and you know what that means. It's time to update our site. Now, if you're going to manage your updates, I do have other information to make sure you do it right. For example, how to have a backup, making sure you've got a good backup. And I actually recommend cloning the site if you can, updating that and testing to make sure nothing goes wrong. If you're on YouTube and you look in the description, there's a link to the blog post that has more information. In this video, we just want to look at the new widget options. My audience are people who use WordPress for their business, to make their websites, to communicate with their customers. They're not back-end developers. So we're not going to cover all that development stuff that's new in this version. We're going to look at the big highlights, which are new options for widgets. So if I'm here on my blog post page, I can see over here recent posts, recent comments. These are my widgets. By default, widgets were fairly limited before, but they've added several new widgets that are going to make this really fun. I'm going to click over here under Appearance Widgets and go to my widget area. Here's my sidebar, and of course, any other widget area you have, like footers, headers, those are also places you can add these widgets. I'm going to pull some of these out for myself. One of the new ones, or the first new one we're going to look at, is our image widget. When I drop this up here in my sidebar, I can add my title. I can add an image. And let's go ahead and let's put Miss Pebbles, because she wants her own podcast. We're going to put her right there in my sidebar. Before, you would have to add an image, get the URL, put the URL in. It wasn't nearly as click and drag and drop as it is now. Now if I go look at that blog post or any site that has my sidebar on it, there I've got my image, my picture of Pebbles the cat who wants her own podcast. We also have the option to add video. Again, very simple without, I just come down, I find the one that says video, bring it up here, click on add video, and I can either update or upload, I should say, a video file to my media library the same way I do with an image, or I can do it from a URL. I highly recommend you use the URL. Unless you're using a web server that is really made for a big bandwidth, and they're going to be charging you for that most likely quite a bit. You really don't want to run videos out of your WordPress web host. They're better off to be either YouTube or a service like Vimeo, Wistia, these other options. I have actually copied a URL from one of my YouTube videos. So all I have to do is come in and add that. You can see it appearing. I click here on Add to Widget. Now when I save that and I go look at my site, I've got the little video option to start playing. There aren't a lot of updates in this for the front end user, but these are really helpful. And then the other big one is audio. Here we go. The audio one acts just like the video. You click on it, you add audio, you can either upload a file or insert it from a URL. Again, if it's a big file, if it's a very small file, you can probably put it on your web host. But if it's a large file, like for example, you're podcasting and you want a big chunk of a podcast, maybe your latest episode to show, you're going to want to use an audio service, maybe one like the podcasters use, such as Libsyn or SoundCloud. And it would be the exact same that you would do as in the video, adding your URL here, and then you could have a little greeting or whatever you wanted for your audience. The very last one that is done is with the text option. They have added a few visual options. Before, you had nothing other than just a box, plain box, and if you wanted to format, you needed to know HTML. They have now given us a few options: bold, italic, bullets, numbers, and how to insert a link. While this is a nice step in the right direction, I find that for a lot of my users, they still want more editing options. So for now, I am sticking with the Black Studio Tiny MCE plugin. And if I come down here, you will see I have an option that says Visual Editor. If I drag this up to my menu area, my sidebar area, and add it, I'm going to get a full visual editor. Now this happens a lot of times. If you drop it here and it's hiding behind the dashboard menu here, all you have to do to circumvent that or to fix it is to just close it, open it again, and it will align properly. Now I have the full option of whatever I have on my menu or my toolbar here is what you would have right here in your widget. So for now, I'm going to stick with that. That's the main updates as far as fun things for end users. Of course, there's always security updates, which is why we want to make sure we get our sites upgraded and have fun playing with WordPress 4.8. Let me know in the comments if you're having any issues or any questions as you go to upgrade your WordPress version into WordPress 4.8. This is Kim Shivler. I'll see you next time. Bye.